The morning began like any other in New York City, a place where the rhythm of life never seems to slow down. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, the city was already awake, buzzing with the promise of a new day. The sun glinted off the skyscrapers, casting long shadows that danced across the streets below. Each building, a testament to human ambition and architectural marvel, stood tall and proud, reflecting the golden hues of the morning sun. Yellow cabs darted through the bustling streets, their drivers expertly navigating the maze of traffic. The honking of horns and the hum of engines created a symphony unique to New York, a city that never truly sleeps. Tourists from around the world flocked to the iconic landmarks, eager to capture a piece of the city's magic. From Times Square to Central Park, every corner of New York held a story waiting to be discovered. The air buzzed with the city's infectious energy, a palpable force that seemed to invigorate everyone who walked its streets. The blend of cultures, languages, and traditions created a vibrant tapestry that was uniquely New York. It was a perfect day for a ferry ride to Liberty Island. The waters of the Hudson River sparkled under the clear blue sky, inviting visitors to embark on a journey to one of the most iconic symbols of freedom. Hundreds of eager visitors boarded the ferry, their faces alight with anticipation. Families, friends, and solo travelers alike shared a common excitement, united by the promise of what lay ahead. They chattered excitedly, cameras at the ready, eager to capture every moment of their adventure. The ferry ride itself was an experience, offering stunning views of the Manhattan skyline and the Statue of Liberty in the distance. The anticipation grew with each passing minute, a collective sense of wonder building among the passengers. As the ferry drew closer to Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty loomed larger, a beacon of hope and freedom. Soon, they would stand before the majestic Statue of Liberty, a sight that had inspired countless people over the years. The statue, with its torch held high, was a powerful reminder of the ideals that America was built upon, the symbol of freedom, hope, and the American dream. For many, seeing the Statue of Liberty was a lifelong dream come true, a moment of profound significance that they would cherish forever. Little did they know, they were about to become part of a mystery that would captivate the world. As they explored the island and learned about the history of the statue, an unexpected discovery would soon unfold, adding a new chapter to the story of Liberty Island. Confusion turned to disbelief, then to panic. The ferry, usually a place of casual chatter and scenic views, was now a vessel of chaos. People clutched their phones, trying to capture the surreal moment, while others frantically dialed numbers, hoping for some rational explanation. Murmurs erupted throughout the ferry, growing louder by the second. The air was thick with questions and theories. Some speculated it was a grand illusion, a trick of the eye. Others whispered about conspiracies, government cover-ups, or even alien abductions. Tourists pointed, their faces etched with bewilderment. Cameras flashed, capturing the empty space where the iconic statue once stood. It was as if the very soul of the city had been plucked away, leaving behind a gaping void. "Where is she?" someone shouted, their voice laced with alarm. The question hung in the air, unanswered, echoing the collective anxiety of everyone on board. It was a question that seemed to have no answer, a mystery that defied logic. The crew members, just as stunned as the passengers, could offer no explanation. They huddled together, whispering among themselves, their faces pale and eyes wide with disbelief. It was clear that they were as much in the dark as everyone else. News of the Statue of Liberty's disappearance spread like wildfire. It was unthinkable, impossible. Social media platforms buzzed with hashtags and trending topics. News outlets scrambled to cover the breaking story, and people everywhere were glued to their screens, seeking updates. Yet, there it was, the empty pedestal, a stark testament to the impossible. The absence of the statue was more than just a visual anomaly. It was a blow to the nation's identity, a symbol of freedom and hope inexplicably gone. The city that never sleeps was suddenly wide awake, gripped by a collective shock. Streets that were usually filled with the sounds of honking cars and bustling crowds were now eerily quiet, as if the city itself was holding its breath. How could their beloved Lady Liberty simply vanish into thin air? The question lingered in the minds of millions, a puzzle that seemed to defy all reason. As the night wore on, theories continued to swirl, but one thing was certain: the world would never be the same again. A wave of anxiety washed over New York City. The disappearance of Lady Liberty wasn't just about a missing landmark. It felt like a part of their identity, their history, had vanished. The city felt vulnerable, exposed. The heart of the city seemed to skip a beat. The streets buzzed with a different kind of energy now. The initial shock gave way to frantic speculation. Theories ranged from elaborate pranks to alien abductions, each more outlandish than the last. The city held its breath, united in its bewilderment and concern. The news reverberated across the globe. "Statue of Liberty vanishes," screamed the headlines, dominating every news outlet imaginable. From Tokyo to London, Sydney to Rio, the world grappled with the baffling news. The impossible had happened. The symbol of freedom itself had disappeared. International investigators descended upon New York City. They scoured the island, the surrounding waters, the skies. Every lead led to a dead end. The mystery deepened with each passing day. The world watched, captivated and bewildered. Section 5. Shades of Liberty. In the face of the unknown, New Yorkers found solace in their collective spirit. A surge of solidarity swept through the city. The color blue-green, Lady Liberty's signature hue, became a symbol of unity and hope. People sported blue-green ribbons, hats, even painted their nails. Souvenir shops were flooded with orders for miniature Statue of Liberty replicas. People clung to these tokens, a reminder of what they had lost and a symbol of their hope for her return. The city may have lost its lady, but not its spirit. Section 6. A World United. Across the Atlantic, France, the nation that gifted Lady Liberty to the United States, shared in the collective grief and bewilderment. In a moving display of solidarity, the French government announced plans to build a smaller replica of the statue. It would stand in Paris, a symbol of the unbreakable bond between the two nations. Other American cities, from Los Angeles to Chicago, held vigils and rallies, expressing their support for New York. The disappearance of Lady Liberty transcended geographical boundaries, becoming a shared experience that united people across the globe. Section 7. A Beacon of Hope. The replica from France, affectionately nicknamed Little Liberty, arrived in New York Harbor. It was a poignant moment, a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of uncertainty. The city, still reeling from the loss of its beloved landmark, embraced Little Liberty with open arms. A global fundraising effort, spearheaded by celebrities and philanthropists, raised millions of dollars. The funds would go towards enhancing security measures at Liberty Island and funding the ongoing investigation. The world stood with New York, united in the hope of Lady Liberty's return. Section 8. Return of the Icon. Exactly 1 month after her baffling disappearance, the impossible happened again. The world was still reeling from the shock of losing such an iconic symbol, and just as mysteriously as she had vanished, she reappeared. On a day that mirrored the one she vanished, the skies were clear, and the city was bustling with its usual energy. People went about their daily routines, but there was an underlying sense of anticipation in the air. Lady Liberty reappeared as mysteriously as she had vanished. One moment the pedestal was empty, and the next she stood tall and proud, as if she had never left. There she stood on her pedestal, bathed in the morning sunlight, her torch held high, a beacon of hope and freedom. The sunlight glinted off her copper surface, making her appear almost ethereal. As if nothing had happened, she was unchanged, untouched by the passage of time or the mystery of her disappearance. It was as if she had been in a deep slumber and had just awakened. The news of her return sent shockwaves of joy and relief across the globe. Social media exploded with posts and tweets. News channels broadcasted the miraculous event, and people everywhere celebrated. Ferry boats once again made their way to Liberty Island, their decks filled with eager passengers. The island, which had been eerily quiet for a month, was now alive with activity, this time carrying passengers overcome with emotion. Families, tourists, and locals alike made the journey, their hearts filled with a mix of disbelief and joy. Tears of joy streamed down their faces as they gazed upon the majestic statue. Lady Liberty was home. The sense of relief was palpable, and the air was filled with a renewed sense of hope and unity. Cameras clicked and phones recorded the momentous occasion. People wanted to capture this miraculous return, to have a piece of history to share with future generations. News reporters from around the world gathered at Liberty Island, eager to cover the story. Microphones and cameras were pointed at the statue, capturing every angle of her triumphant return. Interviews with emotional visitors revealed the deep connection people felt with Lady Liberty. Many spoke of her as a symbol of freedom, hope, and resilience, and her return was seen as a sign of better times ahead. From above, the aerial view of Liberty Island showed a sea of people, all gathered to witness the return of the icon. The island was once again a place of pilgrimage, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. As the day turned to dusk, the sun set over the Statue of Liberty, casting a golden glow on her form. It was a fitting end to a day that would be remembered for generations to come. That evening, fireworks lit up the sky, a celebration of her return. The night was filled with color and light, a joyous tribute to the symbol of freedom that had come back to her rightful place. As people left Liberty Island, their faces were lit with smiles. They had witnessed a miracle, and the memory of this day would stay with them forever. Lady Liberty was home, and all was right with the world once more.